to be careful not to put this down too hard. We don't want to thunk our coffee cup down this morning, in other words. This is actually a mirror, piece of glass. And I came back to the model table yesterday evening and I spent most of the evening here. It took me quite a while to set up. I hung that camera on this, whatever I call it. I used this lens, which I think is possibly my sharpest lens, but it's not. It's a small lens, but it's a 50 millimeter prime. This is the 1.4 that I was telling you about before. Nice little lens, but it's not zoom. It's just fixed. But hey, that's the way it used to be, you know. Now, I photographed all 40 pages of the USS Enterprise manual, plus the painting and marking guide, the decals, and this degaussing cable guide. I think that's how you say it, isn't it? Degaussing? And I know what it is now. That wire that we're wondering what it is, that's for the cable that goes around the outside of the ship that makes it so that mines won't stick to it or something like that. I never could figure out how that worked. But apparently it worked because they did it on all their ships. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to have to take a few minutes and get myself reorganized here. The general consensus is, including mine, we are going to place the various modules into the hull and sort of semi-fasten it all up, and then do all the little detail pieces, of which here's a bunch, and there's more stuff behind me. There's some pipes. Do you remember, about half a year ago, maybe even more now, might have been closer to a year ago, I think we were in the radio room, and I said, remember I made those two little stools that have to go in the radio room, and I said, well, we'll put them in later. Well, I guess we better do that before we actually seal the thing up. There's a lot of stuff that has to go on the inside yet. We'll just get all the pieces out here so that I don't miss anything. I might have to page back in the manual to find out what it is. But yeah, we're very close to the end. Well, no, we're not close to the end. But we're close to the place where we're going to be running the wires for the LEDs and all that kind of stuff. That's going to be a little bit of, it's going to be time consuming and finicky, but it's going to be fun. I'll enjoy doing it. Unfortunately, how much of that I can video of that, I don't know. Yeah, so anyway, what I did last night was this mirror that I've got face down on the green cloth was just so that I could slide it around to position everything just right. And then this piece of glass here, what I do is I turn the page, and to hold the manual flat, I could use a piece of glass and photograph the. You get the idea, okay. And I had to use masking tape here because this is the only section of this glass that isn't scratched. Over here there's scratches, over here there's scratches. So now, when it comes to doing the Enterprise, what I'm going to do is, in the description of that, when we get to that series, I will put a link to the manual, which I have since processed, and I've uploaded it to YouTube in 8K, so that you can, if anybody that's interested, can, if they want, print out an individual page. Yeah, we'll go into details about that later. I have in the past. So, and by the way, thank you to that viewer who about, I guess 3-4 months ago, put me on to how to do that. Yeah, I didn't realize that you could copy an 8K image, providing that the person has uploaded an 8K. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Just let me get cleaned up here. There's no use taking this off right now because I don't want to scratch the lens. Okay, so that's what happened last night. There's not going to be a rollback unless I just maybe quickly flash the manual through. Yeah. Okay, let's get at her here. Get ourselves cleaned up. Get our hull on on the desk here on the table, and try and get our modules in place. We're getting there. If I'd shut up. Okay, now we're ready for Missy the dog, who will probably be by here any minute. Okay, we have 6 modules here. And actually there's 7 altogether if you include the conning tower, which I'm leaving over on top of the ship case because we don't need it. That's going to be one of the last things we put on the outside. Now, we're going to have to very carefully unwrap everything here so I don't accidentally catch the plastic bag on anything and rip out some wires or little parts or what have you. The reason I use the plastic bags is because I didn't want to get dust on places that would be hard to get the dust off of. Now this is the forward torpedo room. This was actually the first module that we made. Seems like a long time ago, and in other ways it just seems like yesterday. Now where can I grab it here so I don't accidentally break anything off? Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically lay everything in place, and alright, we got a positioning slot right here and right here, and on this we have a slot right here, and yeah, okay, that should, we'll worry about the wires later. Now we've already had this in place once. Okay, well now I can see where how far in those doors have to swing, the torpedo doors. We'll swing around and do that afterwards. Okay, now the next one that we need is the soldiers' living room. And that was... Okay, that's the engine room. Okay, I think it's this one here. Gotta unwrap these anyway. Yeah, there we go. Remember that one? Okay, now again, we've got to be careful of our wires, and move very slowly and methodically so that I don't accidentally yank some wires out of their connections and then later have to try and figure out is this the wrong one? You know what? I didn't put the LEDs in this one. Whoa. Oh my goodness, I missed that. Okay, this is the one that has to go in next. Well, we'll just lay it in, I guess, now that we're doing this. Gee, that's too bad. I thought I'd done the. I guess I didn't do it. Well, I'll just maybe. That's going to set us back a couple of days, isn't it? Ready? I think this one goes next. You know, I just looked at my monitor here. I should have the camera from a different angle. All the modules are in place now. And this is the one that has to have the LEDs put on it. And I want to be careful here. Okay, we'll just set that down and I'll put this back in place. Alright. I think for the time being I'm just going to take the clear plastic shell and just lay it over top to keep the dust out. And we're probably going to have to spend a day or two working with LEDs in this one here. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, isn't that funny that I missed those? Well, it's not funny. I thought I'd done all the LEDs. Probably going to find other stuff I didn't do. I do know that there are some larger pipes that have to be put into place. This is the radio room that has to have the little stools put in. We're probably not going to see them anyway. I'll try and position them so we can see them, even if they're sort of in the wrong place. Okay, let's get our clear plastic cover on here, just to protect everything a little bit, and we'll get this out of the way. Oh, the stern section, you can see it. You can see it over there. It's going to be quite a long model once it's all done, isn't it? Yeah. I got a wire hung up here. There we go. All right. Now, what I was noticing when I picked it up was how much heavier it was. When it's all together, there's going to be a bit of weight to that. Okay. Let's get to work on the LEDs. That's all we can do here today. Sorry, folks. Well, actually, I'm not sorry. Gives me something to do. Might be a little bit slippery, Max.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. There we go. Well, I had an interesting discovery this morning. I went to put my modules inside the main hull, and there's 6 of them, and here I'd forgotten to put LEDs in one of the modules, so now I gotta put the LEDs in. Oh, it's all part of the fun.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's like waltzing, 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Is that how waltzes go?
Some of them.
You know, I have never danced. Any kind of dance. Never got into it when I was, you know, a kid with Dick Clark and the dance band and stuff like that. I liked the music. I used to listen to the music, but I just never could get into it. I think it was part of my upbringing. We were taught that dancing was sin.
Oh, we were a sinful bunch in our house. We had dance parties. I guess I learned how to dance when I was 7. I learned how to jive when I was 9. And we had people over and put on the record player, and we have some pop and some potato chips. And at just 8 and 10, we'd roll up the carpets in the living room, and we just dance.
Yeah, different upbringing. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. You're such a little sweetheart. Yes, you are.
Oh, you're the best, Uncle Ron. Thanks, Ron.
Okay, I'll see you later. Bye, Missy. Yeah, dancing with sin. I laugh now. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay. Yippers, dancing, smoking, and drinking. Boy, you did those 3, and you may as well be placing your order for asbestos underwear because you knew where you were going to be spending all of eternity. But hey, give me money and I'll tell you how to get out of it. Okay, enough of that. I was thinking that maybe here in the radio room, where the little stools are going to go, maybe I could use a couple of these red LEDs. Remember I dipped these in clear red? And they might give a bit of a red glow. I mean, I can't think of where else you'd want to have. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe, I don't have to think about it. These things might show up better if they were, you know, if they were not, if it was not red, it was white. There's a lot of detail there that I don't want to lose. There's a lot. The lighting isn't too good here, but there's a lot of detail on the radios and what have you. And okay, let's oh, and the wire wrapper. I'm going to try this differently. Like I did know how a wire wrapper worked, sort of, even though I never tried it on this one. But I'd end up with the long end of the wire down at the base of the bulb instead of out at the end of the connector. So, but I'm just going to try one just for the fun of it, see if this will work. It should actually work. Okay, I've decided I am going to go with the red LEDs in the radio rooms because there are going to be clear ones back here. For instance, this one should illuminate whatever is way in the back there. Now, I do not think that I reamed these holes out, so I think I'm going to have to do that yet. Yeah, this is not going to want to fit. Okay, I'm going to just quickly do that off camera, because I am going to have to be careful that when I go down with the reamer that I don't catch any stuff in the radio compartment. Yeah. Okay, I know I've talked about this before, but this thing right here, okay, and this one right here, it looks to me like there's more going on than just where the clamp grabbed onto it. It almost looks like there's a wire or something wrapped around on the inside. Now I am wondering, is this some sort of a resistor? Or is this solid all the way through on both of these connectors? I suppose what I could do is I could measure from here to here and see if there's any resistance, or probably there isn't. But I'm just wondering why does anyway. Okay, so let's get our wire fed in there. First of all, let's check. Will this actually go in there? Come on. Yeah. Okay, I'm thinking that this will sort of work. But as I say, I'm going to end up with my long end of the wire down here instead of out here. But let's just try it just for the fun of it. I'm gonna load this with a wire and give it a try. Well, that's kind of the idea, but it's, yeah, I think I'm going to sort of go back to my old original idea, and maybe if I was to have had the hole closer down to the end, and have the wire come out so that it locks in place. But anyway, I'm just going to use it the way I had originally designed it for, and which is backwards. I know it's backwards. Okay, I could try it like this. Would this work maybe? Let's just see, am I going to end up breaking my wire or not? Okay, got a few wraps there. Okay, now can I pull this out, or am I getting my wire all tangled up here badly? No, this does not want to come out now. It's locked in place here. Well, it kind of went, didn't it? I think I've skinned the wire here at the end, though. Okay, well that kind of worked a little bit better than before. At least the spirals around the connector are a lot neater. Okay, let's see if I can get this off of here now. Yeah, my wire is sort of catching. I'm going to have to push stop here, folks. Okay, now if I pull that tight, it should make a nice, neat solder job right along the whole thing. I'm not going to cut this too short. Maybe I think I might just leave these ones long and okay. I'm just going to solder that up. Okay, we're going to use a self-locking tweezer here as a heat sink. Alrighty. Maybe I should have had a little bit more. I think it's enough there to get it to flow, all being well. And might as well use these while I've got them here. Cut this excess off. I know I'm using my Tamiya nipper here, but these cutters are very hard steel, and what I'm cutting off here is soft copper, so I'm not too worried. I'm not going to use them to shorten these. I'll use the other cutters for that. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of these up now. Okay, like I said earlier this morning, probably set us back 2 days. I got 6 LEDs wired up here. We got 2 red ones and 4 clear ones. And tomorrow we'll be plugging them in and seeing how it looks. But I've run out of time here. Got to do the final edit. Thanks for watching, everybody. All being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.